Hey and welcome. Today is the first of 4 weeks. So depending on when you are watching this, all 4 classes may already be out, or otherwise I'm going to be releasing 1 class per week of our 5-move core progression. I highly recommend that you check out how to correctly engage your core muscles before starting these so that you can get the most out of them. And then we are going to start from the basics today. Even if you find today easy, I personally always find it helpful to go back to the basics. Sometimes when you make an exercise easier, you can really fine-tune and notice where you're feeling that movement so that you can make sure that you're really targeting the muscles you want to be targeting and not the other muscles. And then you can see yourself progress. We are going to use, if you don't have it, that's okay, but I do recommend having a pillow and a small towel. And then we're gonna start by laying on your back. So we're going to start off with our dead bugs. You can take your pillow or a small blanket underneath your head and then come to lay on your back. This will just help if you have any forward head posture, which almost everybody does, to kind of support that area so that the neck and everything can relax. It shouldn't be too high or not sticking forward. It's just to meet you where you already are at. And then you're gonna take your small rolled up blanket and bring this between your lower back and the floor, filling in where your natural curve is. All of us have a different amount of natural curve in our back based on how your spine is shaped and how gifted you are with a booty. So that roll may be really small or it may be a little bit bigger, but I don't want you to be creating an arch in your back. You're just creating a natural spine. From here, find your core brace and then start to lift one leg up to tabletop. Set that leg down and then the left leg to tabletop. So you're just switching side to side as you practice holding that core brace and breathing into your side ribs. Inhale into the sides. I'm still holding some tension in my belly here. And then exhale out of your mouth, lifting pelvic floor, pulling everything in and up. And if you are properly doing this, your legs should feel really light. You should already start to feel some burn in the front of your core, right? You should start to feel a little bit of burn there. Legs are nice and light. Your hips are staying still. Good, right? So you're just going side to side. Go slow so that you can notice maybe one leg it feels easy and then the other leg you find that you start to lose it or your hip shift, right? So I can do this without anything happening in my core. I can totally relax my core and just lift my legs and nothing will happen. So that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep that activation, keep that engagement, keep that firming up. You can also take your hands in front of your hip points, holding it while you inhale into the sides. Let's take a couple more rounds, right? Hips don't shift, only the legs are moving. Head is relaxed. And then once you are even on both sides, go ahead and relax. Next, we're gonna practice knee drops. Today, feet are gonna stay on the floor. Find that core brace, right? Light lift of the pelvic floor, gather the low belly in and up, right? Like that child is going to come and pounce on you. Nothing's pushing down, nothing's pushing out. Hold that. Try to breathe into your sides, lateral ribs, while you let your knee go open to the right. And then exhale. Find more tension as that knee comes back in. We're just going to stay on this right side. It might be super small. You shouldn't feel any tension around your left hip flexor, right? Your body isn't falling to the right. You're just opening and closing that knee while holding that core brace, right? Trying to hold it, open and close the knee. You could try inhaling as the knee opens, exhaling as it closes. And then let's do the left leg. So left knee opens out and comes back in. You can take your hands to different parts of your belly, your ribs, right? Feeling everything again, staying in and up. A little bit of that tension here, in the lower ribs, the sides. And then you're trying to breathe. Breathing in can be the hard part. Breathing in while you keep that brace, you're trying to breathe into the sides, not into the shoulders, but into the sides. All right, that low back is relaxing into that blanket or into that towel. Glutes stay squishy. Face and shoulders are relaxed. Let's take a couple more. Right, it can help to coordinate, inhaling as the knee goes away. Exhale, deepen the engagement as the knee comes back in. Good. From here, we're going to add in mini crunches. So you can take away whatever's under your head, bring your hands behind your head. Take an inhale down here. And then as you exhale, find that core brace, lift pelvic floor, pull everything in and up, glutes stay relaxed. As you start to lift your head, go super slow so that you can notice if anything starts to pop out, if your belly pushes out, your pelvic floor pushes down, stop and back off. You're trying to keep that light lift to the pelvic floor, belly pulling down as you lift your head. So keep it down, 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 and just think of pulling your hips and ribs together. So flattening down and up. Big exhale out of the mouth to take out some of that intra-abdominal pressure. And then lower back down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift in and up. Keep that exhale going out of your mouth. Pulling down, 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 and up, up, up. Head is relaxed in the hands and lower. Super small. Make sure nothing is popping out, right? You can take your hand to the belly. Nothing's popping out. If it is, back off. Let's go for 2 more. I want that audible exhale out of your mouth as you lift. Let's do 1 more. Big inhale, big exhale, lift pelvic floor, gather hips together and up, belly in and up. Good. Check out your low belly, not pushing up, drawing down and in, and then lower. All right, it's hard when you're really focused on doing it correctly. Let's come on to your side. So we'll take a modified side plank. You can come onto your forearm. So you're gonna bend your knees, take them kind of like diagonal from the hips. Check out that your top hip is over your bottom hip so it's not rolling back. And then let's take your top hand, bring it to the floor in front of you so you can keep this side plank more in your side and front core versus getting into your back. Inhale here at the bottom and then exhale. Start to push your elbow into the ground and try to lift your hips away from the ground. Check out that your top hip is still over your bottom hip. It isn't rolling back. And then inhale to lower. Exhale, push down through the elbow and forearm. Breathe out of your mouth. Keep that exhale going as you lift your hips. And lower. Go for 3 more. Exhale. Feeling that bottom side waist, lift in and up. Make sure nothing's pushing out. You don't feel any heaviness, any pressure down on the pelvic floor. 1 more time. Exhale, push. You can use that bottom hand to help you as much or as little as you need. And lower. Swing your legs around. Let's do 5 on the other side. Top hip over your bottom hip. Hand in front of you. And then exhale, push down through the bottom forearm. Good. Check out top hip over your bottom hip or even a little bit in front of. And lower. Top hand too, if it helps, you can bring it back to the belly so you feel That gathering, that lifting. Good, 3 more. Exhale, push away. And then you might find differences. Very common, especially if you're postpartum. Lift up. One more time. Exhale, push down. And lower. All right, let's come to our hands and knees. For our final exercise, we're going to be breaking down a bird dog. Start by finding neutral curves, meaning the hips aren't popping into the air, they're not tucking under, and you can take a few of those so that you can find center. Lengthen through the crown of your head by squeezing your armpits. Find your core brace. Try to breathe into your sides. It's harder when you're on your hands and knees. And then as you exhale, keeping everything still, try to send a leg away from you. And bring it in. Scoot forward on my mat. Same thing. As you exhale, audible exhale out of the mouth, just start to send that leg away without changing anything else in your body. You can stay with just the legs, or you can add in reaching your opposite fingertips forward. So today, fingertips and toes are on the mat. We're not lifting them up yet. And back in. Exhale. The further away you reach your limbs, the more challenge it's going to be for your core. Now check out that the crown of your head is reaching forward, minimizing any shifting side to side, front or back. And let's go for 2 more each way. Again, I'd rather you go back and just do your leg than start to dip the chest, then lose the activation. Even off so that you complete 1 more on each side. And then sit back. You can roll out your wrists if you need. And thank you for joining me for week 1. I encourage you to take this class, if you can, a couple of times through the week, maybe 2 to 3 times, so that you can really build that muscle memory and start to feel it in your body, so that as we progress each week, you can see yourself getting stronger and making those connections with your core system. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing, and be sure to hit that notification bell so that you get the new progression each week.